All right, welcome everyone. Today is June 28th. We're already showing with close to 120 people tuning in. It's a beautiful day out where I'm from. Yesterday was raining pretty bad. Couldn't really do much, but now, just enjoying the nice sun. Super excited to have the team here at Luigi. Man, these guys have been around for a bit of time, and the thing is, I'm super interested in was I've noticed, when the market, BNB and the BSC chain overall, hasn't been doing, overall the best in the last couple of weeks, especially with the Binance FUD and all this other stuff. And a lot of these huge projects have been, dumping and such like that, and a lot of just overall like that it's just harder to gain traction, gain volume within the space at the moment. And a couple days ago, about a week and a half ago, I noticed that there was this coin called Luigi. I saw it at 30K. Danny from Gubbins Calls texted me it, and I sent it over to our alpha chat. We have a couple of alphas that are holding a decent bag in Luigi. I don't know if they've sold or stuff. I have no idea. I know a couple of them are still holding for sure because they really wanted to tune in during the AMA to give it a listen and such like that. But man, I was so impressed. 30K. Okay, you know what? Well, we'll see what happens at a 30K market cap. Maybe it goes up to maybe 60, 70K, maybe 100K. But man, I saw this project. It just kept mooning, and then 3-4 days later, it ended up hitting a market cap, I believe, around 550 to 600K, which was absolutely insane. Especially with this market, I was so impressed. I had to reach out to the team. The alphas were telling me, they're like, "Yo, Keegan, let's get Luigi on, man. These guys have we just need to learn their secrets or something. Maybe some secret sauces professor here could dish out about what made Luigi so successful." And they went down to around 200K yesterday, and then a big dip, I believe around 50K. But now they're working back up. They're already at an 85K market cap, 88K, I believe, something like that. But excited to see what these guys have planned. Overall. With utilities, meme coin wise, what is going to make them last, because they have proven themselves, and I was so impressed. 30K, right? Or even let's say they launched at a market cap of 5K or something like that.
It was 1K.
1K. Wow,
Yeah.
that's crazy. But launching at a 1K market cap, and then a couple days later hitting a market cap of 600K, it's so impressive, especially with this market at the moment. But if you told me that in 2021, I would be like, okay, any coin could hit that. But this, I'm just so impressed. So we have a lot of questions here to ask Professor. The Frogs Mike here has also prepared us a Kahoot, as well as some interesting and challenging questions to ask out to the team, and I'm super excited about this one. So if you want to just take it away, tell me a little bit about yourself, Professor. Is this your first project? And where did the idea of, I guess, Luigi stem from? Why did you want to create a coin called Luigi?
Yeah, well, just a little bit about myself. So I've been just as a trader on
Wait, can you guys hear him? Or maybe my Wi-Fi is. I just want to make sure you guys could hear him. Nope. Okay. So I'm not the only one. Okay. Can't hear him. Okay. I think he's gonna join back. I got so confused. I thought it was my Wi-Fi. That's why I just just got up from the hammock and just went inside. Yep. Telegram, man. What can you do? Where is he? Let me just make sure I have him. The professor. Because even if you raise your hand, it's so hard to see. Okay, here. Professor. Where is he? Is he in Telegram? Can you guys see if he's in the Telegram? Please let me know. Hold up. Let me text one of the team. Okay, here he is. Perfect. All right.
Guys,
Professor.
I apologize. My Telegram just completely crashed there. So I'm back. I don't quite know where I cut off. Hopefully you can edit that part out. But
No, it was
um,
like as soon as I stated the question, you were like, and then it just muted up. So
oh,
maybe
okay.
just start from the beginning.
Start from the beginning. Okay. So yeah. So I've been around on BSC since BSC launched. Just as a trader. Um, I was there for cake when it was 17 cents. I remember all those old classic projects like Pancake Swap, Bakery Swap, Burger, seeing Auto launch and seeing Beefy launch and, the good old days of late 2020, early 2021. And those are some of the best days of my life and some of the greatest memories of my life. Like I met great people. I met devs from projects, made good connections. I met a lot of other traders, made good friends that are still my good friends today. And that was just such an amazing experience for me that, the impetus for me doing a project was always, I want to recreate that feeling. I want to either offer that kind of project to BSE to people who remember that and want to experience that again, or new traders who maybe haven't experienced what a real community meme coin is like, or a real community project. And so that's kind of the underlying impetus for everything I do, is just trying to bring back that vibe and that spirit of what I experienced that was so special all those years ago. As far as myself goes, I'm a developer and a digital marketer. I've been doing online stuff for, like professionally for about 15 years, but I've been tinkering with this stuff since I was a kid. Building, probably maybe a little bit older than some of the people here, but I was building BBSs when I was like 8, 9 years old, before the internet was around, or before the internet was even kicking off. I was building locally networked BBSs and stuff. So I've always kind of been into tech and marketing and anything creative online. And I ran an agency for a bunch of years, and I kind of started to shift my professional focus just over the last few years to free myself up and get away from the clients and do more projects and more building online of my own. So that's just a little backstory on myself. But yeah, I think the underlying thing that I want to create with Luigi is just one of those special community driven meme coins that I've experienced and I really want other people to experience. So that's kind of our underlying driving philosophy, is that we just stay focused on our roadmap, stay focused on the task ahead, and we just build our community one person at a time. And I know we're doing that right now with our project. And there's always going to be dips and FUD and stuff happening in the project. You see it in the biggest projects, doesn't matter how good they are. So no matter what's happening with the chart, we shake it off and we just keep pushing forward. And that's the way I do things.
I love to hear it. So yeah, is it just you, behind Luigi? Like, because I remember I was speaking to one other person
No,
that I've seen him in projects as well, Apex. Is there anyone, besides you that is on the core team?
there's actually 5 of us. So there's obviously I'm the core guy, but I've got 2 other partners, and then we've got two VAs working with us as well. So right now there's 5 of us pretty much working full time on this project every single day since we launched. And that really is as far as secret sauce, there's a few things I can talk about for sure. You were asking about secret sauce, but I think having
Yeah,
a
yeah.
team, I think
We'll totally
impossible.
get into that
Yeah, it's impossible for one
for
person
sure.
to do this. I think you need a team. You need good people around you. You need good investors around you who are going to help you. Good community members to help with the load and help with the burden. And I could not do this alone. So I really appreciate all the help from my team and the help from all of our community so far. It's been pretty amazing, actually.
All right, amazing. So yeah, I guess in terms of, what you guys have planned, I see on your website, your roadmap pretty much covers everything. So could you quickly go over, for some people that are, that are not, completely aware or haven't even checked out the website. So, explain what you guys have already done so far, and then what stage are you guys on right now, and what can people, expect next for, short term and long term, uh, as like a time period.
Yeah, for sure. So I think I actually got to update that roadmap on our site because we've kind of pushed through about 1.5 phases of what we had lined up there, and we mapped out a few new things. But I can just kind of quickly cover, where we've been, where we are right now, what's our immediate term focus, and what we're thinking for the future. So yeah, we launched about 11 days ago, I think, and obviously, got all our socials going, got our Telegram going, got our community going. And from the start, I said that, and I've always told the community this, that our number one task is to build the community. I mean, you can do all kinds of stuff, but if you're not building your community and you're not interacting with your community and you're not really focused on building relationships in your community and building good investors and good people who are really dedicated to the project, then you're not going to go anywhere. And I think that has been a huge part of our quote unquote secret sauce from the start, and why we were able to grow so quickly and to be, so strong. Like, a lot of people thought we were just going to hit 50K market cap and that was it. Like you said, that's where you saw us, and we kept pushing and we kept going all the way to 600K market cap, which is pretty crazy considering how small we started. So yeah, the first phase was really, in my mind, just about creating that strong foundation of the community. Sometimes all you need is 10, 15 people who are really invested and are willing to support the chart and buy the dips and accumulate, and they believe and they're working with you. And sometimes that's all you need to have a strong foundation for communities and for a project. So that's what I've been focused on since the start. Yeah, we've done a ton of marketing and promotions in this first phase. We have taken a really particular interest in building our international communities, and that is like very, very important in my mind. It's something that I think is underutilized by most projects. And if you get so I think we have 9 or 10 international communities right now, and 3 or 4 of them are really healthy and really active and really engaged with us. And so we put a lot of effort in that first week or so to just cultivating a few international communities and making good connections there, and getting them to connect us to more international callers that you just wouldn't know as somebody who's in an English market. And that's been very effective for us. So that's been part of our secret sauce as well, is just really putting some love and attention into a few of our international communities. Let me see here. So yeah, obviously, on the marketing front, we've been super engaged in Telegram, and I'm in there on VC every day with our community, and we've been hitting out on Twitter, and we're going to get TikTok and YouTube going, and we got a lot of marketing to still fire up. Now, obviously, crypto is crazy, and the winds shift every single day, and sometimes your priorities need to adjust every single day. But I think we've been making the right moves, and sometimes things are a little bit out of order of what you say they're going to be in, but that's just the industry we're in. So the first week has really been about building the community and just doing the basics, getting the trendings, getting people looking at the project, doing VCs, talking with people, making partnerships, reaching out to international communities, and just really focusing on getting that core foundation of marketing ramping up. So now we're kind of moving into a new phase of the project. And I think this is what I've been talking with the community about, especially as we've been on a dip these last few days, is, hey, we're going through an evolutionary process. You have the people that come into your project early, and they're a certain type of trader, they're a certain type of investor. And now as our project matures, we need to shift our focus, and we need to start having a different kind of conversation around the project and attracting the investors who maybe are watching us, but they're not ready to jump into a project that's only been around for a week. So that's just something I've been talking with the community about a lot, is that there's an evolutionary phase that's going to happen. And it's okay if early investors and people who bought in at 10K market cap or 30K market cap sell their whole bag and go. That's fine, because we're going to get 5 or 10 new dedicated investors to replace that one whale with an itchy finger on the trigger, ready to sell. So ultimately, this part of the project is evolutionary, and we become stronger at this part. And I know it's hard because People don't like to see dip and they just want to go up, 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 up all the time. But we all know that that's just not the reality of any successful project. They all go through these phases of evolution. So, on a high level, we've just coming out of, I would say we're just coming out of our kind of hyped launch phase. And now we're shifting into more of a building phase. And so I'm not sure if you had a chance to check out our week 2 roadmap. There's quite a few things we're working on. One of them I already mentioned, so I won't go into it too much, which is that we're really doubling down on our global marketing in a few of our specific international communities. We're going to be launching our Discord this week as well, because we know there's a lot of people that prefer to interact with Discord, not Telegram. We're starting our first daily Twitter Spaces tonight, and then we're going to be doing daily Twitter Spaces every day. And we're also working on, I kind of tease this with our community, but we are working on a big potential partnership. I'm not over-promising anybody anything, but I'll just say that I'm an old BSC head. I've been in the space for a long time. I know a lot of people running projects, and I'm trying to set up a big partnership for us. So that is very high on my priority list too, is to land a legit big partnership that's going to really up the reputation of our brand. So that's something I'm working on. And we're also starting to plan with some of our higher level developers in the back end, because as a developer, I have to know my limitations too, and know when it is appropriate to bring in higher level people to help the project. So that's what I've done. I have some really high level Web3 devs helping me in the back end to plan for going multi-chain. So there's been a lot of concern around that, similar to concerns with listing with the CEX, which is that you need to be very careful when you go multi-chain. You can ruin projects by going multi-chain. A lot of people have concern around going multi-chain, but that's something we're starting to plan this week as well, just so we can reach more investors and more communities. Also, we are going to be putting up the V1 of our DApp this week. So it's going to be very simple DApp to start, the classic swapping DApp that you see, a fork of the pancake swapping DApp, but it's only going to be the first step to us having a platform and a foundation to start building some utility. I don't know exactly what our decision is going to be around utility. We're going to discuss that with the community. We're going to discuss that internally, but we definitely do want to build some utility into this project, because I think meme coins can do great just as simple meme coins, but I think that it's more unique when you have a meme coin team who's willing to actually build some sort of Web3 utility. And so we're very keen to really build something here, not just float by on the power of the Luigi meme. We want to build something more than just the meme aspect of the project. And I feel like I'm rambling on for a long time there, so I can say more, but I just want to give you a chance to chime in there, CryptoFrog.
What an amazing introduction. So you talked basically all about the roadmap. I'm super excited to, in phase 2, it mentions a little bit about the community enhancement. So talk a little bit about this. You mentioned about, your team and stuff like that, and how you guys are constantly working together and plans to go cross-chain in the future. But overall, community enhancement is super important. And we've noticed if you compare basically any of, I guess, when we do the project reviews, with comments wise, usually we get about maybe 20 to 40. But if you notice here on the post, there's 127, and there's actually close to 100 reactions. I see there's 59 fire emojis. So you guys are doing something right. So talk a little bit about the community enhancement and what does that truly entail for phase 2?
Yeah, so I think in phase 1, we're just kind of organically building a community. So we haven't, I do a lot of things and the team does a lot of things to engage with the community. I'm on VC every day. I'm my authentic, genuine self in the chat. That's, I think, what I do best, is to just put my best foot forward and to really speak from the heart. I don't know if you've watched our chat, but sometimes I go a little crazy. I just kind of say what comes to mind. That's just how I am. And I trust that will attract the right people to the project who think like me and think like the team. And I want like-minded people in the community. So for the first, week since we launched, I've just been winging it. I've just been winging it in terms of the community aspect, doing the basics, engaging with them, doing the VCs, speaking from the heart, and just trying to attract a good small core group of people that I know are really with us and are not going to be paper hands, because they see that I'm here pushing with them every day, and I'm talking to them on VC every day, and we're building connections, we're building relationships, and that kind of all just happens naturally along the way of that first kind of phase. But in the next phase, we really need to kind of double down on the community building. It's not something that you take your foot off the gas with. It's something that in the next week or so, we have a lot of things we need to check off the list on our week 2 roadmap. But at some point in the next 4, 5, 6 days, I'm going to make a very concentrated effort to, as I say, enhance the community. And what that means is making different initiatives to recruit the strongest members into more leadership roles in our community, having more contests and more engagement that are just all about building the community. And it's just formulating a strategy and formulating a really purposeful game plan that kicks your community engagement and your community activation into overdrive. So another item in that realm of community is our Luigi Army. So we haven't even really started pushing our Luigi Army yet. We've got our Luigi Army channel, and I'm making notes about who are the most active members in our community that are engaging with stuff that we're posting there. And so really ramping up our army as well. My philosophy around the army and the rating and the shilling is that it can't be all you're doing in a project, but it's very important. So it's maybe like 10 or 15% of the overall marketing strategy is to have a very bullish, active Luigi Army who's working every day, and I don't have to push them. And I've got 3 or 4 or 5 leaders in that army who are all posting things and pushing, and I've trained them up and I've shown them what I want them to do, and we've got training documentation for them and reminders about the right strategies and the right traffic hacks and the right spots to hit. And so another part of our community enhancement is going to be to really enhance our Luigi Army and get them running like a well-oiled machine 24/7. So there's a bunch of different initiatives within that community enhancement, but the whole idea is that we're just taking a very deliberate set of actions to really just boost up what we already have there, like 5x or 10x in terms of their engagement and their hype, and just roping more people into being with us in the project and getting the vision that we have and trying to instill in them that we're really trying to build something special and unique here that they maybe haven't experienced anywhere else. And sometimes that's a matter of just hammering them with the messaging and engaging them all day, every day on VC if you have to, or doing Twitter, or doing 2 AMAs a day. I've said to my community, hey guys, I'm willing to do 2-3 AMAs a day. Just set them up for me with your communities and with your international communities. So there's going to be a point where for 3 or 4 days, we just really, really focus on the community and just making them super strong and just 5x or 10xing their engagement level and our engagement level with them. So yeah, that's kind of the idea behind the community enhancement.
Impressive for sure. So I guess you like the thing I'm super excited about, we outlined it a little bit in our project review, was your plan to create, I guess, some sort of DAO that acts as a utility for Luigi itself. So what can people, kind of expect from this, and what are your plans for it, if any, so far?
Yeah, I'll just be totally transparent and honest. That's not something that I've spent a lot of time planning just yet. I like DAOs, and I think that they're super important for any community project. And so that's why I put that on the phase 3, and I listed it as Luigi DAO and utility discussions. And I think I mentioned that a few minutes ago, that we're a community project, and I really want to build with the community. And of course, I'm going to have my own ideas on things, and I'm going to have certain things that I'm super bullish on, and I think I can get people on board with. But I will kind of want to open up, the process of creating a DAO for the community and creating more utility into our V1 dApp that'll be going live this week. I'm really pumped to talk to the community about this and to see what ideas they have, and to build something that is for the community that we're all investing in and we're all getting profit out of. So I don't have a firm vision on what that can be yet, and that's why I've listed it as discussions. So there's certain items that we're super confident on, and there's certain items that, you know, it's on the roadmap and we want to go there, but it's a little bit ways off. And we're going to discuss that with the community. We're going to be very open and transparent with our community about those things, where we're a little less confident and where we're super confident. And so, yeah, it's kind of my thinking around the DAO and future utility discussions.
Okay, six. So obviously, you know, I remember DAOs were a huge thing in the BSC back in like late 2021. Everyone was talking about DAOs. And then 22 was like the 2022 was like the metaverse stuff. And then I think now we're like, I like to think that every year there's some sort of huge thing that happens within crypto that's kind of different. So I knew 2021 was the year of the DAOs. 2022 was some metaverse stuff, definitely for sure. And I think 2023 is definitely the AI stuff, which is, I think, the biggest out of the three that I've just mentioned. But yeah,
Yeah.
you know, I really like about the communities that, you know, you guys are super active and engaged, you know, always working for your bag, which is something I don't see often anymore, especially within the space at the moment. So my question is, how do you guys plan to sustain and importantly grow the community over time? I think we talked a little bit about community enhancement, but if you want to get more, I guess, into the specifics behind it.
Yeah, I think the most important thing is that you need to know who your biggest supporters are, and you need to give them the time. And I've always said this to our community, is that I will always make time for the, you know, my DMs get blown up. I think anybody who's in the space knows what it's like as somebody who's running any type, whether it's a coin or a channel or anything, that your DMs get blown up and it's impossible to keep on top of things. But I've always been very careful to cultivate a personal relationship with our best community members, and I think that's the most important thing. And you know, we're going to keep doing that going forward. So yes, we're going to have a lot of, in our community enhancement phase, we're going to have a lot of community engagement and a lot of different campaigns specifically to just engage our community, and you know, whether that's contests and competitions or just fun stuff we're doing in the community. But I think at the end of the day, the underlying that is knowing who your best community members are, whether they're a whale or whether they're a small fish, and really respecting their relationship to the project and knowing that we legitimately care about them and we love having them in the project, and really fostering those relationships with your taking the time. I think that's something that I see a lot of projects don't do, and I think that's been our secret sauce even over the first week and a half, is that I take the time to cultivate a deep relationship between our project, myself, and the community members who are really helping us and are really engaged with our project. And I think that is just, without a doubt in my mind, a secret sauce for having a successful project that's sustainable. Is you need to know who your best community members are, and don't leave them in the dark. Make them a part of your team, make them a part of your project, make them feel like they're with you, and make sure they know that you care about them and that you're there working with them and you're willing to jump on a VC anytime. Be transparent with them, be honest with them. If there's something that's difficult and you don't know the answer to, just say it's difficult. I don't know the answer to this, or we don't have an exact plan for this, but we're going to figure it out. You know, I think that if you're just honest with people and you're transparent, it goes a lot further than pretending like you always have the perfect answer, or pretending like you are an invincible dev or something, you know? So yeah, I mean, we're all human and we're all here trying to build something. And I think the underlying core strategy behind sustaining that going forward is just for me to continue being authentic and genuine with the community, being open with the community, being willing to hop on a personal private VC with any of our investors at any time and answer difficult questions, and just being there with the community every single day. So, you know, I know that these projects get busier and busier as you go, but I'm always going to make time to be in the community. And if I'm not in the community and I'm working on something, I try to tell them, hey, I'm working on this for a few hours. I'm going to check back in with you guys in a bit. I'll be in DC at this time. And I think that is the underlying secret sauce to sustaining it, is the team has to stay really engaged with the community. As soon as the team takes their foot off the gas and starts to take that for granted, that's very, very dangerous for a project. And we're very aware of that. So that's kind of my philosophy around that.
I totally get that for sure. So I guess, moving on to tokenomics and such like that, obviously there's, we got to mention that. So could we talk a little bit about, tax distributions as well as liquidity locks and, supply distributions and anything else you feel necessary to mention? So where does certain percentages of, like, I guess, the tax allocate to, and as well as liquidity and then supply distributions?
Yeah, so I can just go over the tokenomics real quick. So we've got 42 quadrillion minted. We put 85% into the liquidity pool, which, as I said, was quite a small liquidity pool when we started. I think it was like 2.5 BNB or something. I can't remember exactly, but it was around there. And then on every transaction, there's an 8% tax. So 6% of that goes to the marketing wallet, and 2% of that goes to the rewards pool that then gets automatically distributed as USDT to the community. So the contract we have cleaned it up a little bit and made a few small adjustments, but it's a very familiar contract that a lot of projects have been using, these rewards contracts, very slightly modified. You can do a text compare on it with any of the other big rewards contracts on BSC, and you'll see where we've made some small adjustments and whatnot. But yeah, so 8% of every transaction, of every buy-sell transaction, is taxed, 6% to the marketing wallet, 2% to holders as USDT, and the more percentage of share you have of the supply, the more USDT rewards you're going to get from that. I believe the USDT rewards get distributed maximum once per hour. So, and then you have to hit a threshold of, it's around 5 cents or something. So as long as you're owed 5 cents and you haven't been paid out within the last hour, you should get a USDT reward payout. We had 15% team tokens put aside, and we were very transparent with this from the start. Early in the project, we sold about 5% of those for marketing funds because and this was before we kind of blew up, because we didn't know if we were going to have the transaction volume for the marketing wallet. So now we've got about 10.5% put aside, I think, of team tokens at this point, and we haven't touched those. And what else here on the tokenomics? Oh yeah, there's no transfer tax. So that's something I really, really hate, is any kind of transfer tax on tokens. So I took that out of the contract. If you're just going to move tokens to another wallet or send them to your friend, you don't have to pay a transfer tax. I really just, philosophically do not agree with a transfer tax. You shouldn't have to pay any tax to a team just to move some tokens around to a different wallet. So it's only on the buy sell. I think that pretty much covers the overview of the tokenomics. So very quickly, just for people that are listening that maybe don't understand how the rewards contracts work. So basically what happens is every time there's a buy sell, like I said, the 8% is taken off. And then the contract, there's actually a set of 3 contracts that manage this process. So there's the main token contract, the Luigi coin. There's a reward token, which you'll notice when you buy Luigi, you also get the same amount of this reward token, which is part of this indexing process between the different contracts. And then there's an iterable mapping contract, which serves as kind of a link between the 2 other contracts and helps to index all the rewards and so forth. And so what happens is when you buy and sell, the 8% is taken off. Those tokens, 8% of your buy is taken off as tax, and those Luigi tokens are sent to the main Luigi contract. And those, so if you go to the main Luigi contract on BSC scan, you'll see that it's holding a certain amount of tokens. When that reaches a certain threshold, I think it's 1,000, a thousandth of the supply, I think it is. Yeah, it is. So when it reaches that threshold, it will bundle in a contract cell with the next cell. So sometimes you'll notice there's two cells at exactly the same time. When you see that in KuCoin or in Dex tools or whatever you're watching, and that will be a contract cell. And so when the token balance on the contract reaches that threshold, it swaps. It does a swap to BNB, and then it does a swap to USDT, and it sends the BNB to the marketing wallet, and it sends the USDT to all the holders. So I think that's a pretty good high-level overview of how the tokenomics work.
Continuing on that, are the 2% holder rewards automatic, and why did you guys decide to go with USDT?
Yeah, the rewards are totally automatic, so all you got to do is hold your coins and you will see USDT rewards. A lot of the time we get people that say, I haven't got my USDT rewards. When rewards? All you have to do is be patient and you will see the rewards come in. And the more you hold, the more often you will get paid out, because you have to reach a certain threshold before you get paid out. Like I said, I think it's about 5 cents. And then it's maximum once per hour. And yeah, it's totally automatic. So all you got to do is hold. And the more trade volume we have, the more often you'll get paid rewards as well. Because obviously there's more taxes building up more quickly. So I know the last like 12 hours, and especially this morning, there's been some crazy chart action. And the positive side to where we are now is that people are getting paid out rewards pretty often today. So yeah, it's all automatic. Sorry, I might have missed another part of your question there, but I think I might have answered it.
Yeah, it was just, why did you guys decide to go with USDT?
Oh, yeah, of course. And I think it's, with the market conditions, we just thought people want stable coins. And, we want stable coins, and I think a lot of people are kind of panic moving their BNB to USDT or vice versa quite a bit over the last few weeks. And we thought, you know what, we think right now, just with the market conditions and the way things are, that USDT is the most attractive rewards token. So that's why we chose that.
Cool. So obviously I've noticed in the past few days, a lot of people, are following this Mario Bros. Team token. I've seen, for example, Toad, Peach, Yoshi, Bowser, and I guess many others. Do you guys, plan in the future to collab with any of these tokens? Would that be something that you guys, down the line?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Why not? I'm always open to partnerships, and I'm always working. I don't have a standoffish approach to anything in this space. So I'm always open to talk to anybody, make connections with anybody, make partnerships with anybody. Obviously, it has to make sense and be the right partnership for us, and something that, I always have to protect our community first and foremost before anything else. So I always need to think about our investors and our community and the Luigi project first and foremost. But if there's something that fits with us, or there's anybody out there who has a project or even has another Mario project that wants to reach out to me and wants to chat and get to know our team and discuss potential partnership, like, my door is open. I'm a very open person. I'm a very positive person. I don't have any ill will towards or any kind of, I'm competitive. I'm extremely competitive, and I want us to be better than any other project. But I don't throw shade anywhere. I don't, and I'm always open to talking to other devs. In fact, that's what we need in this space. Is we need more devs and more good projects talking with each other and working with each other and finding out ways to help each other and to build better projects on BSC. So 100%, I'm open to partnerships with anybody that wants to send me a DM or wants to chat, and I would be super happy to talk to anybody.
All right, sick. So I guess, when doing these AMAs and such like that, there's specific, concerns I always have to see, if if teams could truly understand, like, I guess, answer this question to the best of their ability, under pressure. So my question is, with, for example, if the Super Mario's Bros narrative, were to die tomorrow, how do you think it would affect Luigi, and what would you guys be doing differently? And do you have a mitigation plan in an unlikely scenario such as something like this happening?
Yeah, I think just in the interest of being totally transparent and open, of course, there's always the potential for something like that. I think just think about all. I would just say this: look at the space, look at all the other projects that are based around um, characters from different games, or just different movies or cartoons or what have you. There's a lot of projects that grow a lot bigger than where we are right now, and it hasn't been a problem for them. So I think we're so small right now that it's not really even a concern in my mind at this point. I think we need to get a lot bigger until it's something that we worry about. But worst case scenario is, yeah, we need to rebrand, we need to redesign. We can't use the exact Luigi character, but we can shift the branding, we can shift the design. I don't think that's an issue. And I think by that point, we would have such a bullish community and such a strong project, and we have utilities and dApps, and we're going multi-chain, and we're doing much bigger things than just being a meme coin. And I love meme coins, and I think it's a great way to start a project, just because you have a certain spirit around the project that everybody can kind of uh, get behind and get around. And I think we kind of stumbled onto something with Luigi that was just really resonated with people. It was so obvious in hindsight, but Luigi is just very lovable. And if you want to have a successful meme coin project, you need to have um, something that's lovable and that people just really like. It's as simple as that. If you have a meme coin, I'm not trying to throw shade on any other projects out there, but you see some of these, like, evil this or evil that, and I just don't think those have legs a lot of the time, because they're not lovable. And to have a good meme coin, 95% of the time, you need to have a lovable character. And so I think we have that here, and people really love Luigi, but we're going to be doing so much more in the future than just being focused around the Luigi Mario character. That it's, by the time we're growing to that size where it's even becoming a concern that maybe we're going to get Nintendo's attention and we're 50 million market cap or something, and and then they're, obviously they can't take us off the blockchain, but maybe they can, maybe they could try to shut down our website or something like that. Well, we can shift the branding and the focus of the coin, and we're going to have other stuff happening, and the Luigi aspect of the coin is going to be like 10% of our strength at that point. We're going to have utility, we're going to have DAO, we're going to have dApp, we're going to have multi-chain, we're going to have so much more going on. We're going to have established partnerships with other people that I just, yeah, totally honestly, I'm not worried about it, but I understand why other people have that concern going into a project like this 100%.
All right. Yeah, so I guess, before we get into our community questions and cahoots, to kind of summarize everything, why would you personally consider Luigi a good long-term project to be a part of?
Well, I think that um, if you've been here for the whole AMA so far, you can hear that we're very focused on doing the most important thing that you need to do in a project, which is to build the community. That's our number one focus. I've told everybody that that's our number one focus from the start. We're doing a lot more than the community, and you need to do more than just building a community. There's a lot of stuff you need to stack on top of that, but it doesn't matter what you build. It doesn't matter how good your dev is, how good your team is, how good your design is, how professional you are. If you don't have a community, I mean, this is the name of the game with crypto, is you have to build a community. And so we are building a community, and we're building it for the long term. I think I've shown, and our team has shown, that we're very active and we're here every day. I've got the time. I've completely shifted my professional focus away from what I was doing before. I've got 16 hours a day to work on this, and so we're going to push this as hard as we can. And as long as we've got the community with us and we keep on that path, then like I might be, obviously I'm a little biased towards our own project, but I think we're going to build something special and unique here that you don't see every day. And so I would just say, if you're on the sidelines and you're skeptical and you think I'm blowing hot air, then just watch us for the next couple of weeks. And I totally understand the hesitancy, and we're only a week and a half old. And I know that there's a lot of investors who don't even get into projects this early. And so if you're one of those people who's a little skeptical, I'll just say that I totally understand where you're coming from. I'm that way too. I don't usually, I play a little bit in the early projects, $20 here, $50 here, but I'm a very cautious trader as well. So I would just say, just keep your eye on our community, maybe follow our Twitter, come into our Telegram, bookmark our chart, and just keep an eye on us for the next couple of weeks. And hopefully when you see what we're doing and what we're building and we're delivering on our promises and we're delivering on our roadmap items and we're here every day and, we're not disappearing and starting to fade away like a lot of projects do, where the devs just being less and less engaged with the community every single day. So just watch us and let us put, I'm saying a lot of things on this VC right now, but the most important thing is to back up what you're saying with action. So I would just say, if you're skeptical, just watch us for a couple of weeks and keep your eye on us. And hopefully at some point over those 2 or 3 or 4 weeks or the next 2 months, you'll see that we're legit and we're here and we're pushing and we want to take this as far as it's going to go. So just invite anybody to just keep their eye on us and yeah, just keep your eye on us and see what we can do over the next few weeks. And I think that will, my number one goal is to just prove with action and with results that we're a good project and we're here for the long term and we want to build something unique and special with our community. So.
What an amazing way to, I guess, finish off my questions at least. So I'm excited to hear, what does the community have? So guys, just drop your questions here for Luigi Inu, and then we're gonna get into our Kahoot, of course. Okay. Should I? People are already dropping their questions from above.
Are you still sitting in the hammock or?
No, I'm out. I'm on the sofa now.
Oh, you're on the sofa. Okay.
I'm on the sofa now. Okay, let me take a look at some of these questions. All right. So Savage King asks, what measures does Luigi Inu have in place to prevent the accumulation of excessive wealth and power within the project, thereby ensuring a more equitable and sustainable ecosystem?
Yeah, so that's definitely that's definitely top of mind. That's a really good question. And so obviously with starting so small, part of the reason we see volatility in the chart is because our liquidity pool is small. And so there's kind of a few different angles that we attack something like this from. And so one of them is that we were quite active in the first 7 days with adding liquidity to the liquidity pool. And so that's something we're gonna keep doing, is bit by bit adding more and more liquidity to the pool. Also, I don't want to say too much about this now, but we're looking to create some additional liquidity pools on BSC at some point, and hopefully a little bit bigger liquidity pools that we're going to deploy on some other dexes. So that will help to stabilize a little bit if we have some bigger liquidity pools in other networks, just because, or not other networks, but other dexes on BSC, just because due to the nature of how the arbitrage bots work and stuff, it should help to kind of balance out the force of the smaller liquidity pool with a bit bigger of a liquidity pool. A second part of this is we are very actively, as much as possible, trying to stay on top of who our whales are and knowing who our whales are and putting together a OTC whales program. So as the project is building, we're creating an avenue for our whales who are holding a lot of supply to start to unload some of that supply behind the scenes without affecting the chart to other people who want to get in the project. And so we're going to be encouraging our whales to just kind of offload some of their tokens and make sure that nobody's holding too much, because I fully recognize that part of the risk with a project like us is that we started really small, and we're getting big and we want to push it, but there's a lot of volatility that comes with a small liquidity pool. So we recognize that we have to kind of shepherd the project through this next phase in a very intelligent way, and part of that is going to be making sure that, one, our whales know that they have a back channel to offload their tokens to over-the-counter buyers without affecting the chart negatively, and two, kind of knowing who our whales are and what their wallets are, and just trying to put that puzzle piece together and make sure that we're super engaged with those people, and that we encourage them to offload some of their tokens and put some of those tokens back into the community, and maybe giving them some kind of a benefit doing that as well. So there's a few different things that I think we can do. That's a couple of the main ones, is addressing the low liquidity and our team to keep adding liquidity. I don't know if anybody's kind of watched our chat, but we have these, like, we call them green wall events, and it's where it's kind of silly, but it really works and it really energizes the community. And we usually have a reward at the end of these green wall events, and it's where we pause the chat and we hype the community when we feel like the chart really needs it and we feel like the vibe is right. And we get this like small buy energy going, and we just really engage the community to kind of ape their rewards back at the chart. And usually at the end of that, we haven't the last few times, but we will keep doing it in the coming weeks, is when our community hits a target of some kind, whether that's a rating and shilling target or whether that's a green wall buy event, that we then add a little bit of liquidity to the pool. So we're going to keep doing that slowly but surely. We're going to keep adding liquidity to the pool. And in addition, having the OTC whales program and just creating some incentive for our whales to offload some of their tokens back into the community without affecting the chart. So yeah, there's still a couple puzzle pieces to figure out there, but I'm very aware of how our liquidity needs to be enhanced and to stabilize a little bit more as we grow bigger. And it's something I'm actively strategizing and thinking through with my team and coming up with some solutions there.
Ha asks is, I saw 15% on CX's is dedicated. Are the tokens locked or are they unlocked? And when will the CEX listing start? And this 8% buy and sell tax, will it be reduced anytime soon? Or is it permanent? And which CEXs will list under these conditions?
Can you repeat like the last part of that sentence? Just kind of cut out there for me. Something about conditions?
Yeah. So yeah, 8% buy and sell tax, will it be reduced anytime soon, or is it permanent? And which CEXs will list under, I guess, these specific conditions?
So my whole philosophy around the CEX listings, because we have a lot of people asking for this. I believe that if you list at a CEX too early with a project, that you can really ruin the project. We've seen it before. I've watched lots of projects go through this. They list at a CEX, you see mega pump and dump, and it just completely destabilizes the project. I don't think we're ready for that. We've put aside 15% of the team tokens, and we have 10% left. Some of those we've sold, some of them very early in the project, so for pennies really. And some of those we've sent to different partners and influencers and giveaways and stuff like that. It's all on the website. We were very upfront with our community since the start that we had put aside the 15% and we'd put 85% to the liquidity pool. And so I don't want to pull the trigger on a CEX listing at this point. I don't think we're there yet. And I'm very aware of the pitfalls and the dangers, and I'm simultaneously aware of the potential benefits. So I've told everybody in the community since the start that, because this question gets asked quite a lot, is that there will be the right time for us to move on this, and we're just not there yet. And we need to be very careful about making the right moves at the right time, because there's a lot of things that you can do in this space that are very hyped for the short term, for a day or two, but in the long run can completely destabilize you and completely run your project off the road. So we're not ready for any kind of CEX listing yet. We'll know when we are, and we'll talk to the community about that. And when getting close to that point, we'll be very open with the community and in discussion with the community about that. But that's not something that's in my focus right now, and it's not a priority for us right now because we're just not ready for it yet. In terms of the tax, so our contract is fully renounced, and it's so we can't change the tax. Like what we have right now is what we get. We can't change it. So obviously, when you launch a new project, especially a stealth launch, everybody wants a renounced contract, and so. And I like to see renounced contracts when I'm aping into something that's a day old. So we renounce the contract, and that's the tax that's set for Luigi. I'm trying to remember what the other question was here. Oh, the liquidity. So the liquidity is locked. I believe it's locked 2 months. I think we initially only locked it for like a week, and then at every phase we've kind of increased the lock. Whenever our community hits different targets or different market caps, we have it as an incentive. Like, okay, guys, we're going to do this, and if we meet this target and we all pull together, we're going to double the liquidity lock. And so, I mean, I have no issue. I could double I could set the liquidity lock to, the year 2080 or something. It doesn't phase me, but I like to have people really like the liquidity lock extension. So to be honest, it's just kind of a good incentive to give the community to keep extending that community lock. It's a good community engagement incentive. But yeah, so you've got, if you're feeling nervous about our project, I think right now you've got 2 months to sell your tokens if you're not feeling good about it, because the liquidity lock goes till August 25th or something like that. The last question. So locking the team tokens. So those aren't, I'll be totally transparent, those aren't locked right now, but I've got that on my to-do list to address that with the community, because we've had a few people asking about locking the team tokens up. The thing is, I just need to figure out the distribution and the right scheduling for that, because I don't want to lock all the team tokens for too long, and then we're hamstrung if in a couple of weeks it does make sense for us to move on a CEX listing. Now our tokens are locked for a month, so I need to find the appropriate scheduling and vesting for those team tokens. Right now they're spread out among, I think, 8 or 9 or 10 wallets, because obviously you don't want to hold 10% in one wallet and everybody's going, what's that wallet? What's that wallet? But yeah, I mean, anybody can go on BSC Scan and very easily find those team wallets, and you can see that I don't think we've touched them since since like day 2 or something like that. So yeah, I'm more than happy to lock those team tokens. We just got to figure out the scheduling on that.
Let's take one more question, and then we're going to move on to our Kahoot.
Sounds good.
Besides the conventional, Daniel asks, besides the conventional mainstream marketing strategies mainly used for crypto projects, will you consider deploying the unconventional mainstream marketing strategy and offline marketing strategies to promote your projects to crypto and non-crypto users' audiences?
Yeah, absolutely. So just a little bit of history about myself. I think I mentioned briefly at the top that I've been in digital marketing for a long time. I've built and flipped websites. I've done SEO. I've done, I've run big ad campaigns for companies for years. And so I'm like, this is my jam. This is what I do. This is what I've done pretty much my whole life is drive traffic to things, whether that's pre-internet in the BBS scene or the last 15, 20 years of internet. So this is probably my core skill set. Is I'm a developer, and I'm a very technical person, but the traffic hacking and the digital marketing is really my foundation. And so I'm very aware that there's a lot of underutilized potential marketing strategies online for crypto. And so I've got my eye to a few things. I think I mentioned on the phase 2 roadmap that we would be doing a press release and an article blitz. So I actually have a content marketing background as well, SEO, content marketing. And so there's a lot of stuff I think we can do there that you don't see in a lot of other projects. And the reason is because it is difficult and it's time consuming, and it's just very unfamiliar, I find, to a lot of the crypto project devs and people who are running projects. But I know it works, and I know there's a lot of stuff online that you can do that's being underutilized. One thing I already mentioned in this call was just the global marketing. So we just made a partnership with a Brazilian. I think the partnership kicked off this morning. Actually, we were just setting it up yesterday, but we made a partnership with a Brazilian crypto platform, and they integrate directly to Pix, and Pix is the biggest payment platform in Brazil, and so everybody uses Pix in Brazil. It's like a digital instant payment platform run by the Brazilian government. And so we made a partnership with a Brazilian crypto platform that integrates to DeFi and allows you to buy Luigi coin directly with your Pix. You don't have to swap it to BNB. You don't have to do anything. So we're constantly on the lookout for all these little strategies that other people aren't doing that are, I would say, like milkable. You can milk these small strategies, or you can stack on like 10 or 15 things that are maybe a little bit smaller than trying to go viral on Twitter or trying to smash 1,000 tweets in one day with your army. But they add up. If you stack 10 or 15 on them, they add up, and you really stand out in those communities or on those platforms because nobody else is doing it. So I would say that my core skill set that I've been developing since I was a young teenager is traffic hacking. So I'm constantly on the lookout for little opportunities like that. And we've already got a few of those opportunities rolling with Luigi right now. In terms of offline stuff, it's funny that you mentioned that. And yeah, there's absolutely a lot of stuff we can do here, but we actually have one of our core community members drives, one of our best community members. I love this guy. He drives long haul truck all day. And so we're going to put a QR code and like a Luigi graphic design QR code that he's going to put on the side of his truck to just people that are driving by, or people that see him on the road, or when he's pulled over, they're going to see this thing and they can scan the QR code. I'm not saying that's going to drive a lot of investors, but I'm just saying that, yeah, we're thinking about weird, funny, outside the box things we can do offline as well to drive interest and eyeballs to our project. So yeah, we're not, if there's one thing I would say about our project, is that we're not resting on just doing what everybody else is doing. I mean, that's kind of the core underlying like focus of how I think about marketing, is like, what are other people not doing? What is right in front of other people, but they don't see it, that we can do, that if we stack 5 or 10 or 15 of those underutilized avenues of marketing on top of each other, that we're going to be able to build something, and people are going to go, how did you do that? Like, I didn't see you on this one where everybody else is. I didn't see you guys, I didn't see you guys getting BSC trending every single day. Like, how are you still bringing new investors? And it's well because we're trying to traffic hack. And there's always ways to traffic hack things online, and it just takes a little bit of investigation and a little bit of strategic thinking. And so that is something that I and my team are constantly on the lookout for. And yeah, I hope that answers that question. But I think that was a great question, and it's something very top of mind for me pretty much 24/7.
Okay. Yeah, that's great, especially with the whole ice cream thing. I think that's just a super witty way, I guess, of getting some eyes on the project for sure. I think that could be super cool.
Yeah,
Just like,
I don't want to
silly
make
things
any
like that.
promises, but I thought it was funny, right? We're just gonna have a guy who's
Yeah,
on
for
the
sure.
road, he's pretty much he goes on these long distance drives where he's on the road, like, I don't know, 12, 13, 14 hours a day driving. And we're going to have a QR code with an advertisement for our project on the side of his truck. So that'll be our first offline marketing push. Obviously, there's a lot of stuff we can do, but I'll be curious to track obviously I'll have that QR code set up with a link that I can track and see how many people scan it and stuff like that. So I'll be curious to see how many people see that, but I'm not saying we're going to get a lot of traffic from that, but that's just something kind of funny that we're going to do to start the offline marketing.
It's very, very funny. And stuff like that, honestly, is just like, what moons of projects, just little things like that, word of mouth is just, it's so powerful. If you're able to get people that are not, not in crypto and just invest in your project, that's absolutely huge. Um, so yeah, I guess, we're gonna get into our Kahoot now. Mike is prepared for us. Mike, if you want to share your screen and then drop the Kahoot link. So guys, make sure you guys use your Telegram username. Just put in the code. It's 5830737. Mike's just gonna share his screen right here. Just give him a second. For Mike to share his screen. We're gonna take one person to talk. Kayla, you're allowed to speak if you want to ask any other questions.
I'm sharing the screen right now. Do you not see it?
Maybe I'm blind. Am I the only one that can't see it?
I see it.
I see it. Maybe I'm blind. Can you guys see it? Please in the discussion comments below. Yeah, I can't see yet. Okay. Give 30 seconds for Mike.
It's I'm sharing it on my end. I'll maybe unshare it and quickly restart.
Maybe leave Telegram and then come back.
Yep, okay, give me a sec.
No, okay. That'd be good. All right, perfect. No, it's not you guys. It's Mike for sure. All right, let's see. All right, try now. Perfect. Okay, now we got it. Okay, cool. All right, guys, make sure to join with your Telegram usernames. 5830737 is the code. 5830737. Let's try to get 35 people in this Kahoot. So guys, just make sure the link is in the main channel. We're gonna give 30 seconds for everyone to join up, and then we're gonna begin. Okay, we're gonna give 15 seconds. Make sure you guys are tuning in and listening throughout the AMA. This is your best way, I guess, to win the prizes for sure. We're gonna give 15 more seconds for people to join up, and then we're gonna begin right away. All right, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Why are people so shy today for today's Kahoots? 3, 2, 1. Okay, we're gonna start it right now. All right, guys. Question number 1 for Luigi Inu. Mike has prepared us 12 questions today. Which of the following statements best describes Luigi Inu? A community-driven BSC rewards token for fun-loving adventurers, a community-driven BSC utility coin for fun-loving adventurers, or a community ETH rewards token, or a utility-based BSC rewards token.
Can you do me a favor and just run through those one more time?
Was that sarcastic, or did you actually want me to read through it?
Yeah, can you just run through them one more time?
Oh, okay. A community-driven BSC rewards coin for fun. Wait, can you see the screen?
No, I can't see anything on the screen now. It was there, but now it's gone.
Oh, I could see it perfectly fine. This is
Hmm.
just for. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's just there's
Can
just
you
this blur. There's just a blurred image for me. I don't know what's up with that.
really, really? Can you guys see it? Please put in the comments if you guys could see it. Oh, people said they
Okay,
could see it.
I guess I can give an answer to that. So I think that I don't know if this is an appropriate answer, but I think right now we're the first thing, and we're building and we're progressing to each of those additional things that were
Oh no
mentioned.
no 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 okay okay the way the Kahoota works is it just basically Mike has prepared his questions, right, and it's
Yeah, yeah.
up to the community, I guess, to pick the right answer. There's 4 different options, right? I don't know if oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I wasn't
Yeah,
familiar with
this
the
is not
Kahoot.
for you. This is more
This is
specifically for
not
the
for me.
community.
Okay, okay. I'll
Wait,
stay
okay,
mute
wait.
here.
Some people said they can't see. Okay, Mike, you got to rejoin back again and join back.
Okay, give me a
Same
second
blurred
here.
image. Okay, guys, Mike's gonna join back in like 10 seconds.
I get it now. I get it. I understand what the
Yeah,
Kahoot is.
it's just a Kahoot game.
Yeah, yeah. See who's engaged.
Do you guys see it now?
Yeah, I could see it at least. Can you guys see it? We're saying there's screen blurred.
This is very weird. This has never happened before. Regardless though,
Oh yeah, they're seeing your stuff. That's like, okay, hold up. Let me unpin and then pin screencast. Okay, can you guys see now? Damn, this is the first time this has ever happened. This is unfortunate because I could see it perfectly fine.
very weird. Regardless though, shouldn't participants they'll still be able to like read the question and vote, no? Or is it
No, they can't. They can't see the options.
hmm
Damn,
hmm
because I could see it perfectly fine. If I mean, I could just quickly screenshot the options and then put it in. The questions show, but not the answers. Like it says here, a community-driven BSC rewards token, and then, all right. You can't. I don't think you could see the options. Okay, you guys
maybe
saw the options. Okay. Hold up. Okay, never mind. Just keep going. Keep it going. They saw the options for the questions. Okay.
okay, great. We're moving on to question number 2 now.
Okay. If you guys could see the questions, should be fine then. I'll read it out regardless. Luigi is the main character in the Super Mario Bros. Game. Is this true or false? Pretty easy one, guys. Is this true or false? And the answer is false. What? How did most of you got that wrong? Okay, Yama is in first, Dallas in second, Lifted 30 in third. Question number 3. We got, when did Luigi launch? Was this on June the 15th, June the 14th, June the 16th, or June the 17th? It's a harder one for you guys for sure. Is it 15th, 14th, 16th, or 17th?
And it is June the 15th already. Let's move on to the next one here. Leaderboard, oh, big change. Ferdinand in second and Dallas in third. Alrighty, question number 4. Luigi has a total token supply of blank and a blank buy and sell tax. We have 42 trillion, 8 and 8, 42 quadrillion, 4 and 4, 42 billion, 4 and 4, or 42 quadrillion, 8 and 8. Super, super easy one here. Wow, a lot of you guys didn't get this one. Surprising. We discussed this throughout the AMA. Greed takes 4th and John in 5th. Next question here. Where are these buy and sell taxes allocated to? So we have 4% USDT rewards, 4% marketing, 2% marketing, 2% rewards, 2% LP, 6% rewards, 2% marketing, or 6% marketing and 2% rewards. Another super easy one here for you guys. And it is 6% marketing and 2% rewards. Bionica takes 2nd and Greed in 3rd. Question number 6, true or false? Luigi currently has a 4-phase roadmap. True or false, guys? Everybody should be getting this one right. The answer is false. They currently have 3. Alrighty, on to question number 7. What was the 4th step in phase 1 of Luigi's roadmap? We have VC and AMA with the team, biggest buy contest, community building, or Luigi party. I told you guys actually in the discussion, familiarize yourself with the website, including like the roadmap, tokenomics, all of that. Nice. Most of you guys got that one. Luigi party. Bonica takes 1st, Greed in 2nd, and Mr. Bubla in 3rd. Question number 8. What was the 3rd step in stage 2 of the roadmap? Viral Twitter contest and Twitter Space events, team buyback and burn event, listings, or press release and article blitz. Which one is it, guys? Twitter contest and space events. Very nice. Most of you guys got that one. Bubla takes 1st, Bionica in 2nd, and Greed still in 3rd. Question number 9. What was the second last step, or what is the second last step in stage 3 of the roadmap? We have 1st CEX listing, community collab and strategic session, Luigi DAO and utility discussions, or international AMAs and community outreach. Which one is it? Great, most of you guys got that one as well. Community collaboration and strategy session. Greed takes 2nd, and UEFA Adele in 3rd. Question number 10, true or false? Luigi token has a transfer tax, not a buy and sell tax, a transfer tax. True or false? Super easy one. Actually, you know what? This one may be a bit more challenging. We only touched on this briefly. But it's false. Most of you guys got that one. Very nice. Lifted takes 2nd, and Yoma in 3rd. Second last question, true or false? Luigi will be starting daily Twitter Spaces and is planning to go multi-chain sometime in the future. True or false? The answer is true. Nice. The majority of you guys got that one. Very, very good. Leaderboard's still the same. And for the last question today, who represented Luigi in today's AMA? We have Googie, Henry, Professor, or Blitz. If you guys get this one wrong, I don't really know what to say. And it is the Professor. Alrighty, onto the podium In third place, we have Greed. In second place, Yoma. And in first place, we have, drum roll, Mr. Bubbla. Alrighty, congratulations, guys. And again, apologies for the technical difficulties. Next time, we will make sure that everything runs smoothly. And yeah, thanks for playing.
All the frogs who are joining as well. Pretty, hard Kahoot for sure. Mike has sent me the the winners. It looks like Bubla has come first. Really, really amazing to see. Thank you, Professor, as well, for talking about Luigi and stuff like that. We're gonna make you guys a TikTok that'll probably be coming out maybe tomorrow. It's gonna be a lot of fun there, and definitely some great update posts coming us from us soon. So excited to see what you guys have planned. Seeing you guys are already recovering from this I guess big dip. So I'm excited to see what you guys have planned. In the next even short term and long term.
Yeah, thanks so much. I really appreciate being here and having a chance to talk with you in the community. And thank you so much. I hope you have a great day, guys.
All right, amazing. It was nice having you guys. All right, thank you all to the frogs for joining. We had close to 200 people. I saw it peak. Now it's around 150. But love to see it regardless. Thank you guys all to the frogs for joining. It really means a lot, and I'll see you guys soon. We have an AMA as well tomorrow, and I believe another one the next day. I just need to confirm, but hopefully excited to see all you frogs there. Peace out, everyone. Have an amazing day.